Oh man, chat. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? A wise man, a wise man once said, "If I can't do it, homie, it can't be done." Now I'ma let the champagne bottle pop. I'ma take it to the top. Show I'ma make it, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back with another one. Welcome to another edition of What the Hell's Happening Sports. It's your boy, the one and only Nero. Yes, sir. And we back with another one, cuz. You already know the vibe. Shout out to Chacho in the chat, Chacho. Yes, sir, ski. You already know the vibes. Man, oh man. Man. This NBA trade deadline is getting so freaking hectic. It's getting so hectic, Kush. It's getting so hectic. No bullshit. There's a lot like ooh, we saw some things yesterday. We was on here to talk about it yesterday. But it's starting to get a little bit spicier, no cap. Starting to get a little bit spicier. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. No bullshit. And it's funny. If you can hear me in the background, my fault. What I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to do, trying to make sure this is leveled up perfectly. I know the Wi-Fi was bugging yesterday. It should be fine now. Let me know in the chat if the Wi-Fi is bugging. I think it's all right now, but let me know. Let me know. So, um, but yeah, it's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. What I want to do, I'm gonna make this a quick live because also I forgot my charger at the crib. It's early live today. Forgot my charger at the crib. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna talk about some stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I'm good. I'm good. All right, word. Preach, Josh. Preach. Talk about some things, but yeah, I'm gonna make it quick. So obviously, we have a Celtics game to recap, which we will. Also, want to recap it because it does involve something that happened today. If you already know, if y'all know already, which I know a couple of y'all know, this game has somebody involved on what one of the trades that happened today. That's one. Second, obviously, some more trades. You feel me? Deadline is tomorrow, so everything's really getting ramped up now. Finally, I want to highlight one player because I know I did it with Travion Henderson a couple days ago. I want to highlight another player that is going to be a difference maker on Sunday in Super Bowl 60. So we're going to do that. So with that being said, let's start out. Let's start out with the Celtics, a recap of yesterday's game as the Celtics took on the Dallas Mavericks. 110-100 final. The Celtics took down the Mavericks in Dallas. And as you can see on the little the title right there, the Celtics spoil flags 36. We're gonna get to the stats, but I'm gonna give my little tidbit on that. No cap. We're gonna start out with the losing team. We're gonna start out with the Mavericks. Cooper Flag, 36 points, 12 of 24 shooting, 10 of 11 for my fault. 2 of 4 from 3, 10 of 11 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. He had a game. So Cooper Flag in his first game against his hometown team, he looked like every bit of the number one pick, which he has all year, and he's running away with Rookie of the Year. So Cooper Flag, as a fellow New Englander, I applaud you. But what's staggering, 10 of 11 from the free throw line, right? JB got caught on the hot mic. I believe it was on the NBC Sports Boston broadcast because the game was also televised on NBC. It was a national game last night as well. He was like, JB was like, this guy's getting 10 free throws, and this guy's getting 10 free throws. He's only a rookie, and you don't really see rookies getting 10 free throws a game. Rookies barely get calls, but obviously Flag is establishing himself as one of the better players in the NBA already, which he rightfully so is. You know, this is the face of the franchise for the Mavericks now. I mean, hey, you saw what happened at last year's deadline. That's, with the most stunning trade ever with Luka going to the Lakers. This guy's their franchise now. So this kid's been playing. This kid has been playing like the franchise player. You know what I'm saying? And to tell for the future, this start. They have some guys. Actually, they have some guys right now that will be here for the future. And then Kyrie Irving will be back, soon. Not soon, but he'll be back at some point. So, Cooper Flag is all set up to be the guy, and he's showing it. So, hey, happy for Cooper Flag. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He played well against his hometown team. Caleb Martin, 13 points, 5 of 10 shooting, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Daniel Gafford, 10 points, 4 of 5 shooting, 12 rebounds, an assist, steal, and 2 blocks. Max Christie, 10 points off 4-13 shooting, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Najee Marshall, 9 points, 4-15 shooting, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Future Hall of Famer Klay Thompson, 4 points off 1 of 5 shooting, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Jalen Hardy, this is a name that, this is somebody to pay attention to within the next few minutes. Jalen Hardy, 7 points off 2 of 4 shooting, 2 rebounds, and a steal. There you go. That's it for the Mavericks. For the Celtics, JB, 33 points, 15 of 29 shooting, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. I'm gonna come out and say it for real. There's no fucking way Cooper Flag should be out free throwing Jaylen Brown at this stage of his NBA career. I believe I fucked up. I believe I said out rebounding. I apologize. What I meant to say was out free throwing. How is JB only getting to the line once? And how is Cooper Flag getting to the line 5 or 6 times at this stage of his NBA career? That don't make no fucking sense. That doesn't make any sense. Now, JB, I'm not going to say JB wasn't aggressive. You feel me? Because JB is one of the more aggressive players in the NBA, right? That don't make sense. It's crazy work, right, Chooch? It's crazy work. It don't make sense. That does not make sense. There's no... Oh, hold on, Mo. Hold on, my fault. There we go. My fault, y'all. Forgot I was on that camera view. There's no fucking way. Not one, bro. The Celtics got the dub, yes, don't get me wrong. But come on, bro. Like, you're going to do that to JB? All right, bro. All right. Moving on, though. Moving on. Sam Hauser, 11 points off 4 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds, a steal and a block. Neemias Queta, 8 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal and a block. Baylor Shireman with 3 points. Derek White, 11 points off 4-13 shooting, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Derek White struggled from the field yesterday. Again, we've mentioned this, multiple times. But yeah, Derek White, has struggled at times shooting. I believe it's a reason why he won't be an all-star this year. He still has a chance to get in if a couple guys get hurt. Don't get me wrong, for the East, but yeah, I feel like that's the only thing holding Derek White back from that. But also, NBA all-stars, kind of politics. Also, they'll get the bigger name guys. But Derek White, if he shot better, I think he would be an all-star. He hasn't struggled completely. But he is struggling. But his numbers are, shooting percentage wise, are kind of down from last year. Probably to do with Jason Tatum also not being there to take pressure off. But you got to shoot better. You feel me, D White? Luka Garza, 16 points off the. By the way, 2 guys off the bench. Luka Garza, 16 points off 6 of 8 shooting, 4 rebounds, and assists, 2 steals, and a block. Luka Garza is, he's on a run right now. He's playing excellent. He's finally in that groove, and he's shitting. For real. Peyton Pritchard, 26 points off 12 of 20 shooting, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. This was Peyton Pritchard's first game off the bench this year. Obviously, he moved to the bench, I believe, because of the Mavericks lineup, because they're a little bit taller. But mind you, there's no more Anthony Simons. Nikola Vucevic is not with the team yet. So he had to pick up the slack off the bench. And Peyton Pritchard looked like sixth man of the year Peyton Pritchard last night. No bullshit. Peyton Pritchard, clap it up for you. And I will say, Caitlin Clark did tune into the game. Caitlin Clark tuned into the game and, posted some emojis, some smirk emojis on Twitter and reposted one of Peyton Pritchard's highlights, which was a buzzer beater during the game. I thought I thought Caitlin Clark was mad about the Peyton Pritchard comparison on Sunday Night Basketball. I guess not, because Peyton Pritchard, that little nigga is a dog, cuz. He's a dog. He's a dog. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to the guy. Shout out to Brian, cuz you already know the vibes. We're about to get into the trades, Brian. We're about to get into the trades. One more thing. As you can see here, now naturally we know Anthony Simons is not with the team for personal reasons. He's gone. He's with the Bulls. Chris Boucher is also not with the team for personal reasons. He could get traded. He's barely played this year. I thought he was a nice pickup in the offseason. They barely played him. Just hasn't fit in with the system. So it is what it is on that. He should be dealt, and I'm pretty sure he will be. But with that being said, real quick, the Celtics do take on the Houston Rockets tonight in Houston, so they're gonna look to rebound off their loss to the Rockets, at the start of the year where they got BTA'd by Katie Sengun in them, So it should be a different game tonight. Should be. You never know, but no, it's in Houston, Houston, Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be tough out there tonight. But let's see what happens. Hey, man. Go Celtics. Yeah, yeah. You feel me? But yeah, other than that, hey, let's move on. First things first, back on Yahoo Sports like yesterday. The Mavs reportedly trading Anthony Davis to the Wizards in a massive 8-player swap. Yeah. Ah, man. Yeah, you see it. Now, before I get into that, if you're on YouTube, like the video up, subscribe to the channel. If you're tuning in on Twitch, or if you're on YouTube and want to tune in on Twitch at some point, you can find me at Twitch, at WTHHS617. That's What the Hell is Happening Sports on Twitch. If you're on Twitch and want to find me on YouTube, you can put at WTHH Sports. That's What the Hell is Happening Sports on YouTube. You already know the vibes. But yeah, and I appreciate the few people tuning in right now. I know there's more people tuning in earlier. Let's get back to that. Say what's up in the comments if you tuned in. A couple people already did. Shout out to Chute, shout out to Brian. Turn me up, guys. Now, like it says from Shams Charania, the Dallas Mavericks are trading 10-time NBA All-Star Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, which we spoke about already, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Washington Wizards for Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Brandon, Marvin Bagley III, two first-round picks and 3 second-rounders. Yeah, so the Wizards right now, yeah, they're trying to really go all in, no cap. I know AD is hurt, and they bring in a veteran like D'Angelo Russell. Well, I don't know if he's going to say. I don't know if Dante Exum's going to say, but really, Anthony Davis and Jalen Hardy are going to be two key guys in this, because for the Wizards to get rid of Chris Middleton, who's an NBA vet, but he was expendable. AJ Johnson was young, wasn't playing as much. Malachi Brandon wasn't playing that much, and even Marvin Bagley. You know what I'm saying? Like, not playing that much. So all those guys are going to Dallas. They should have some roles out there. But to give up 2 first-round picks and 3 second-rounders, but especially the 2 first-round picks, they're trying to go all in for with AD. and Trae Young. And even though Trae Young has not played yet, both these guys are hurt. Both these guys are hurt. Trae Young, respectively, coming from the Hawks a month ago, and AD right now. They're both hurt. Yeah, Trae Young. Yes, sir. So, yeah, like, they're trying to go all in. They're trying to go all in. And I mean, mind you, what it is also, right? What it is also, I believe it said it right here. Oh, it doesn't say it right here. It didn't say it right here. But it said it on Bleacher Report when I first saw it, right? So the reason they went after AD because the Mavericks, the Wizards envision Anthony Davis, Alex Sarr, and Bilal Coulibaly as a defensive presence, as a strong defensive front court. Now that should be true. AD is a great defender when he wants to be. Alex Sarr, for the most part, Alex Sarr, especially for in his second year in the NBA, he's looked like one of those. He's far more consistent. He's blocking shots like, he's looking like one of them ones for real. He's not there yet, but he's starting to look like it. And then Bilal Coulibaly, first round pick a couple years ago. Oh, he's still on the rise too, but his defense makes up for his offensive inconsistencies. And I think AD being there, once he's finally healthy, it's going to pave the way for those guys to be better. Mind you, Trae Young's there at guard, and you still got Keyshawn George. So that starting five, it's young, but it also has experience. That starting five, when everybody's together and everybody really gets mesh, should be legit. Smooth move by the Wizards, and I tell you, man, this guy right here, freaking their coach, Brian Keefe from Winchester, Mass. He hasn't had much to work with in the few years that he's been the Washington Wizards coach. He finally has something to work with now. Once these guys are finally healthy, man, this guy needs to do some winning to save his job. No cap. I'm gonna tell you right now. But smooth move, but I think it's a smooth move by the Wizards. I do. But yeah, let's see if D'Angelo Russell and Dante Exum actually stay on the Wizards. All right, we got another trade. The 76ers reportedly trading Jared McCain to the Thunder for picks. All right, so Jared McCain, like it said, going to OKC for a 2026 Rockets first round pick and 3 second round picks. Jared McCain, he fell out of favor in what you fucking call it? In Philadelphia, right? He did. He fell out of favor because of VJ Edgecombe. Nah, facts, Beasley. He said, watch the Wizards do nothing still. Nah, facts. No bull. Shout out to the 7 people in the chat. Turn me up, guys. You already know. Yeah, honestly, even going back to that real quick, I mean, they might still do nothing. They might still not. But, I kind of see the vision. I just hope it works out. I hope AD don't start bullshitting. I hope Trae Young could, be consistent over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope it works out for the Wizards. I do. It's been that franchise has been shit for the last like 5-6 years. No cap. Really 5 years. Last 5 years. No bullshit. No cap. I'll tell you. Again, appreciate the 7 people. We back up. But yeah, like I was saying about Jerry McCain. Yeah, he fell out of favor in Philly. VJ Edgecombe emerged. He, Tyrese Maxey is fully back in the picture after he was hurt for most of last year. Yeah, like, what it was really was once Jerry McCain tore his meniscus last year, and then him tearing his UCL early in the offseason and missing the first, I think it was the first month and a half. He never really got going, and he fell out of favor. He spent some time in the G League. He was not playing as much. Yeah, he goes to a Thunder team that has a lot of depth, but I think with the Thunder, I think he'll be able to carve out a role. I really do. I think he can get back to that 15 points a game mark, and he could, he'll probably come off the bench. I think for starters, he could average 10, 11 a game off the bench right now, but I think he has a brighter future in OKC. Get him around SGA, get him around Alex Caruso. I think he'll be tough. I really do. And I think he is still tough. Shout out to Jared McCain. All right. Here we go. Another big one. Or not really big one, but another smooth one. Bulls reportedly trade Kobe White and Mike Conley Jr. to the Hornets. All right. So Mike Conley, his time in Chicago is done after a day. They're both going to the Hornets. The Hornets are sending Colin Sexton and 3 second-round picks to Chicago. So now Chicago, right, with Allen Colin Sexton. You add Colin Sexton, you add Anthony Simons to pair up with Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey, he is the all-around player offensively. He's a triple-double machine, basically, in a sense. Anthony Simons is an assassin, an off-ball assassin. And then Colin Sexton is a scorer, but he's a defensive menace. So I think right there, it's gonna that trio right there for the guards. I like the look of it, but I don't know if that's enough right now for the Bulls to continue to try to contend to get to a playoffs this year. They're probably going to look more for next year. The Bulls are also receiving Ousmane Dieng in the deal. So, yeah. He actually was in OKC. So, yeah, I don't know how we landed in I don't know how we landed in this trade. So, we'll see with that. But yeah, now Kobe White to the Hornets. I like Kobe White a lot. He just it's one of those things he's been smooth offensively. He just hasn't really put it together. No bullshit. He hasn't put it together. So yeah. Give me 1 second. I gotta move this real quick. I gotta fix something behind. 1 second, Chad. I just gotta fix. All right, bet. Here we go. All right. My fault. Yeah, the computer, my work computer was about to be about to be doing some nonsense. So yeah, let me just fix this real quick. All right. All right, bet. All right, we good on that. All right, so yeah. Sorry, y'all. My fault, y'all. One more time. My fault. I had to fix the work computer. But yeah, Kobe White, he, ever since he got from college, came from UNC, he's been smooth, but he hasn't taken that step to be like an all-star, you know what I'm saying? And he has the potential. So I think going to the Hornets, him pairing up with LaMelo, it gives them another scorer, continues to build for the future. I think the Hornets are currently on a 7-game winning streak. So him, LaMelo, and Colin Knippel, along with Brandon Miller, along with Miles Bridges, if he's not traded, should be something, for this year and to try to get into a playing game. But I doubt it. Cam Thomas is currently not with the Brooklyn Nets right now. He's out for personal reasons. Yeah, he should get dealt. Here we go. Here we freaking go. Clippers send Chris Paul to the Raptors in a 3-team trade, but 12-time All-Star point guard could be on the move again. Clippers, Nets, Raptors have all agreed to a 3-team deal that will send 12-time All-Star point guard Chris Paul from LA to Toronto. He won't be required to report to the Raptors. Let's see. The Clippers are ending up with the rights to 2019 second rounder Vanja Marinkovic. The Nets are getting Raptors guard Ochai Agbaji and a 2032 second round pick. So that's what the Nets are getting right there. Yeah, Chris Paul. Yeah, I mean his time was done in LA a couple months back. His career is probably over unless he gets bought out. But yeah, his career is done. Let's see. Mike Conley might rejoin the Timberwolves if he's bought out. Okay, we'll see if that happens. Mavericks reportedly seeking a first-round pick for Daniel Gafford. Hawks are expressing interest. Gafford played well last night. He's a quality big man. If he goes to the Hawks, it gives them some depth. Him and Yenka Awongu at center would be tough for the Hawks. The Cavs are reportedly trading Lonzo Ball and 2 picks to the Jazz. So there you go. Lonzo is in Utah. And then the Hawks are acquiring Jock Lando from the Jazz. So another big man is going to the Hawks. He was acquired yesterday. He was acquired from the Jazz acquired him yesterday from the Grizzlies in the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade. Let's see. Anything else? Let me see if anything else occurred. I'm going to go down a little bit, chat. All right, yeah, no, facts, Beasley. Like, Alonzo Ball, his career's done. It's done. It's been injury riddled. His knee hasn't been the same for some years. He already missed I believe 2 years already. So yeah, bruh. All right. So you know what? Hold on one second. I just saw, you might have just caught what I just saw. There's one more trade we got to talk about. I'm gonna get it up right here. I'm gonna get it up right here for y'all because this was another blockbuster. Clippers trade James Harden to the Cavs for Darius Garland. Yeah, this happened yesterday, and when I saw this, man, oh man. Shout out to the 8 people tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. James Harden to the 10 people. Appreciate y'all. Hell yeah, turn me up, cuz, bruh. When I tell you, James Harden, he said that he didn't request a trade. This nigga James Harden might be the biggest bullshitter I've seen in the NBA. James, stop bullshitting. Stop bullshitting, bro. Crazy news this episode, right? No cap. I'm going to get candid right here before I get into it. But plus, he was traded for Darius Garland, like I said, right? This nigga James Harden wanted out of Houston, right? Goes to the Nets. Doesn't do anything. He wants out of Brooklyn. Goes to the Sixers. Doesn't do anything. Wants out of Philadelphia. Goes to the Clippers. Didn't do anything. So what the fuck is he going to do in Cleveland? And when I say that, right, when I really say that, all right, this is what I mean. This is truly what I mean. Now, obviously, there's hope for this situation. There is. Because you got to look at this. Donovan Mitchell's already there. Jared Allen's already there. Evan Mobley, currently hurt, but he's there, right? So, at least, the team right there has talent because you also have Sam Merrill, Dean Wade, et cetera, right? How is this relationship with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell going to work? Because there's only one ball. Right? And with that being said, both these guys are going to want to have the rock. For real. If they don't want, these guys are going to want the rock. That means Jared Allen, Sam Merrill, or Dean Wade, and Evan Mobley when he's back aren't going to touch the ball as much as they were before. No cap. And I'm not saying that won't happen. No, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that they will happen. It's just a possibility because I know how James Harden is. You know, James Harden, he gets people involved, don't get me wrong, but he also wants his. Donovan Mitchell really wants his. So I don't know. I just see I don't know if this team can get to the finals because of greediness. That's me personally. I've watched James Harden for all his career, and he can get guys involved, but he really wants his. He really does. So let's see how that relationship works. Let's see. Going back to this, this is the trade right here. LA receives Darius Garland and a future second-round pick. Cleveland receives James Harden. All right. So I will say Darius Garland going to the Clippers, it's a blessing for him. Naturally, he just turned 26 years old. He turned 26. He turned 26 last Thursday, right? So, excuse me. Last Monday, excuse me, actually. He turned 26 last Monday. I'm actually 2 days older than Darius Garland. No cap. I'm 2 days older than that little nigga. But yeah, so my fault. I think Darius Garland has a bright future in LA because what hurt Darius Garland in Cleveland is him not being able to have the ball in his hand to make shit happen. I think I think over there, it kind of got complacent because obviously Donovan Mitchell is, the superstar of that team, right? Darius Garland's a star, 2-time All-Star. But when he has the ball in his hands, he's able to make shit happen. When he has to play second fiddle to Donovan Mitchell, it didn't work as well, right? Yeah. I said it for the one time. Now, and shout out to Beasley because he said it, and I like the comment, Beasley. It works well. I think I think LA wins in this trade because now they got the point guard of the future. Now they do. I think Darius Garland's really going to have an impact in LA because he's going to have Kawhi Leonard, who is a small forward, but he'll be able to bring up the ball. He got Ivica Zubac up there, bearing if Ivica Zubac gets traded by tomorrow, but I doubt it because they didn't want to balk on the Celtics offer. So, yeah, I think Darius Garland's going to fit well in LA. I really do. With that being said, because my computer is getting low, one thing real quick. If anything else breaks for the trade deadline, it will be brought tomorrow, right? I wanted to share one more thing with y'all. Speaking on the Clippers, if you look right here, right where my cursor is, Kawhi Leonard was added to the All-Star game. Kawhi Leonard, I applaud you. Because if LeBron James wasn't LeBron James, you would have been an all-star already. No cap. I'm going to tell you right there. But they got him in, the hometown of LA. He's the hometown superstar that will be playing in the all-star game. They got him on there. Clap one more time for Kawhi Leonard. Also some news, since the all-star game is up, apparently SGA has an abdominal strain. We'll see if he plays in the game. Giannis is probably not going to play in the All-Star game. I know Steph Curry's dealing with an injury. Let's see if he suits up. Bearing anything, these are the All-Stars for right now, but that could change. Some other guys should get added. Hopefully. I want to see some more guys in the All-Star game. And if you haven't already seen, these are the teams. The USA Stars will have Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Johnson. The USA Stripes will have Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Stephen Curry, KD, LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, Norman Powell. And Team World will have Giannis, Luka, SGA, Jokic, Wembanyama, Denny Advia, Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam, and Karl Anthony Towns. So again, I know we saw the All-Star stars already, but clap it up again for the All-Stars, and hopefully some more All-Stars get it. Who should you bet on? Shout out to Zago Ghost. Who should you bet on? Let me see. Well, you know what, Zay? If you're gonna go, let me share my screen real quick before I move on to the last thing. Last thing for this episode on this episode of What the Hell's Happened in Sports. All right, let me see how many games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there's 7 games tonight, right? Oh. The kicker. Of course, the Cavs and the Clippers play tonight. Yeah, this is going to be popcorn. This game's going to be popcorn. No cap. This game's going to be popcorn. Hold on, Zay. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, the game's not even on ESPN or nothing? Ah, damn. Yeah, this is about to be popcorn. This is about to be popcorn. James Harden didn't play in the last few games because he wanted out. And Darius Garland, I don't know if Darius Garland is going to play because I know he's out. But let's see if James Harden suits up tonight. This is going to be hilarious. This is going to be fucking hilarious. No cap. That's the thing. I don't know if Vucevic is playing tonight for the Celtics. I think at most these new players, it's going to take a couple days for them to play. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm really not sure. Yeah, usually it takes a couple games or a couple days for them to get there and then suit up. I think James Harden is suiting up tonight. That's what I think. I think James Harden's suiting up tonight because that's going to be hilarious. That's what I think. All right, Zay, if you're still tuning in, all right. Tonight, if you're going to bet on games, right? So you have the Nuggets and the Knicks. Go to the Nuggets. You have the Timberwolves and the Raptors. I go with the Timberwolves. Celtics, Rockets. This is a good question. If you want to win money, as much as I hate doing so, go with the Rockets. I hate saying that, but if you want to win some money, go with the Rockets. Me personally, I'm going with the Celtics. I don't give a fuck if I lose it. No cap. But go with the Rockets. Pelicans and Bucks. No Giannis. Maybe I go to Pelicans in this one. Thunder Spurs. I'd go. It's at home. So I go to Spurs. Grizzlies, Kings. This game's ass. I go to Kings. And then Cavs, Clippers. I'd low-key go the Cavaliers. There's your picks. Now. I'm going to share this back because let me get back to this. Here we go. Last thing of the night. Last thing for today before we get out of here. This guy, I think, is gonna have a real impact on Sunday, and it's gonna be this man right here. It's gonna be Milton Williams. Milton Williams had a game in the Super Bowl last year. He had 2 sacks in Philly's win in the Super Bowl last year for Philly as they beat up on, the Chiefs. This year, Milton Williams has to be a dog. Now, naturally, the Pats' run defense is great when he's on the field. When he plays, the run defense is the best in the league. If not the best, it's top 2. So he should be able to limit the run. I know Kenneth Walker, with his patience and his savviness, he's similar to Le'Veon Bell. He's going to be, a hesitation type of guy. I think this guy can put the pressure on him. He should be able to put pressure on Sam Darnold. This guy, if the Pats are going to win, I believe this guy is really going to have a game. That's what I truly think. I think Milton Williams has been a dog. He's been a dog. So when you got the dogs on the field, the dogs are always going to come out. It's going to be him and Barrymore in the middle. Barrymore I would have picked too, and I still think Barrymore is going to do well. but it got to be Milton Williams to step up in that interior, because if he steps up, it's gonna free up, Caleb Chase on the edge, Harold Landry if he plays, Anthony Jennings if he's out there, Elijah Ponder, you name it. Those guys are gonna step up. Even Kyrus Tonga if he's out there as well. Like, Milton Williams can really change this game. We're gonna talk about more guys as the next few days go on, because Sunday is almost upon us. And I'm about to get out of here because my computer's gonna die very soon. My laptop, I should say, is gonna die very, very soon. So, with that being said, let me just check up. All right, everything's fine on there. I had to check my phone real quick. My fault. But yeah, Milt Williams should be the dog. Should be the dog. No cap. Milt Williams, I believe in you, brother. This is, you got to show why you got that $100 million contract. You showed it in the Super Bowl last year. That got you your money. Now you got to continue to earn that money. And with that being said, this has been another edition of What the Hell is Happening Sports. It's your boy, the one and only Nero. We here with it. Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Appreciate the chat. Shout out to Chacho. Shout out to Beasley Beaner. My guy, Brian. He tuned in on both Twitch and YouTube. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to Zay Go Go. Shout out to the dogs, man. No cap. Like I said before, if you haven't already, like the video up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're new to this channel, this is What the Hell is Happening in Sports. So if you want to find me on Twitch, if you want to tune in on Twitch, you can find me at WTHHS617. That is What the Hell is Happening in Sports on Twitch. If you're on Twitch and want to tune in on YouTube, you can find me at WTHH Sports. That's What the Hell is Happening in Sports on YouTube. You already know the vibes, chat. Obviously, if more news breaks out later, I will be live with it tomorrow. Maybe I might get back live later. Who knows? Maybe I might get back live later. We'll see. But yeah, the plan is to go back on live tomorrow. It might be here. It might be at the crib. So we'll see. But with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace. I love y'all. And we will see y'all on the flip side, guys.